Good evening. My name is Shriram and I am from Microsoft. I just want to follow up on the keynote that Charles Feddersen gave in the morning tonight, that Microsoft loves Postgres. Though it might be surprising for a few, but I want to reiterate that Microsoft really does love Postgres. And this is our flagship product called Flexible Server. And I want to give a very high-level overview of what Flexible Server is. So what is Flexible Server? It's nothing but a managed Postgres solution on Azure. And just at a very high-level overview, so if you look at the first inner circle, this is what you get when you install Postgres. This might be in your local machine or like in a VM, and you get like all these kind of extensions, rich indexing, rich data types, and everything. Now, the other outer circle actually gives you the added advantage that actually Azure brings in for managing the solution in Azure, which is the Flexible Server. So you get the enterprise level security. You have like intelligent monitoring metrics. We are highly compliant with all the different HIPAA compliance and all the different types of compliances signed off on Flexible Server. And we also provide the concept of like the HA and DR, which is the high availability. So even if a particular data center goes down, we promise to bring up the server in less than 120 seconds with zero data loss. So you need not worry about the disaster and other management. It's completely taken care of in Flexible Server. And we also support all the different types of popular extensions. And this is not only the first-party Azure extensions, but also the popular third-party extensions like Timescale, the PostgreSQL support, and other stuff. And another important thing is the ecosystem integration. Like it's completely integrated with other services provided by Azure. You can host your application in Azure Kubernetes, and it will be able to talk to the Flexible Server. There is also, if you want to move data from your Azure storage to Flexible Server, that's also possible. I'm just going to talk about that. But yeah, the bigger circle gives you the added advantage that Flexible Server gives you for running Postgres. And what are the other benefits that you can get? Like we know that like when you go to a managed solution, there are some restrictions in terms of the files that you can access. You don't get a super user access. But we do make sure that we give as much control to your database as possible. And also like all the scheduling, the maintenance windows, we leave it as much as possible to the user's convenience. And we make sure to patch everything and make sure it's completely reliable and secure. So focus on your application, worry less about the database management. And we really love the concept of extensions that Postgres provides. So we do not fork anything, like we want to bring the best of the community that comes with the Postgres community versions. But we do, like if you want to think like we want to add utility functions, we love the concept of extensions and we build extensions for that. A couple of things would be like Azure Storage. Like if you want to move data from Azure Storage to Flexible Server, we build an extension. Similarly, the Azure OpenAI, like we want to make Flexible Server the next AI system. So we build an extension, talk to an OpenAI API, get the embeddings, and store it in your Postgres. And we also recognize that sometimes the workloads might require horizontal and vertical scaling, and that's also completely taken care of. So what are the other things that you can get with this one? Like, as I said, built-in compliance security, automatic updates. You can provision when you want the maintenance to happen. You can scale vertically to a higher SKU in less than 20 seconds with a downtime of less than 20 seconds. And apart from that, the Azure IP advantage is like whatever added advantage that Azure builds as a first-party thing, we make sure that it is working with Flexible Server. So that comes to the next topic of what are the different types of applications that you can build. Like you can, all types of application. We have seen customers running different types of application with Postgres Flexible Server. Typically, you can host it in Azure Kubernetes service and you can talk to a Flexible Server. And then you have real-time operational analytics that is also possible. PostgreSQL, very commonly used, very popular for geospatial applications. We host that. And also like the Timescale, which supports time series and relational data. So that is all these kind of different types of applications are easily possible. Now for the final talk, like we want to make sure that Flexible Server for Postgres is also AI ready. And as I told, like we love the concept of extensions, and we now have like 2 extensions. Like one is Azure AI extension, which basically talks to an API, through a REST API, to a model which is sitting in OpenAI. And then, of course, the PG vector, which is like extremely popular. You can just get the vector extension and install it in your Postgres. And what this actually leads to is, like, you can perform all these kind of different types of scenarios. Like, you can do a natural NLP, you can do image analysis, you can do sentiment search, chatbots, anomaly detection, sentiment analysis. All these things are possible as of today with Flexible Server. So feel free to stop by our booth. We'll be there today and tomorrow. Ask your questions. We are happy to sort that out, and also grab your goodies. So thanks for the time.
Thank you, everyone, for the exciting lightning talks. A few announcements. As I mentioned in the morning, tomorrow we have a roundtable session at 9 a.m. in the morning, and you are welcome to join us much before that for networking or breakfast outside. The topic for tomorrow's roundtable is setting up PostgreSQL for the future, right? So we'll just hear a few ideas from leading PostgreSQL experts about what we can do for that, right? 7 p.m. tonight, dinner and beer. Who's in? So we'll be meeting at 7 at the Longboat Brewing Company. As I said, it's a very small 5-minute walk, so hoping to see most of you there. And the third thing that I wanted to, so we'll be doing a group photo session tomorrow morning just before tea. So we'll be meeting here for the roundtable, followed by the Diamond commercial keynote. And immediately post that, before the tea break, we'll be doing the group photo session. So see you all around then. Thank you.